Welcome back to the top stocks to watch, this time for the week of April 11th. In this video, you already know what we're going to cover. We're going to cover our fundamental drivers for this upcoming week, such as our CPI numbers and PPI numbers. We're also going to go over the earnings in the S&P 500 that you need to be aware of. And we are going to go over any prevalent technical analysis that you need to be aware of in this upcoming week, perhaps to act on if the setup presents itself. So, without any further delay, let us get right into this week's top stocks to watch. Firstly, going over our fundamental drivers. As you can see, we do not have any news on Monday, but we do have news at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the USD, when we will see CPI numbers released and core CPI numbers released. And as you can see on Wednesday, we do have PPI numbers coming out at 8:30 a.m. And Thursday, we have 8:30 a.m. news as well for core retail sales and retail sales in the US. If you guys would like a video going over what these news events are and what their importance is, please leave a comment because I would be glad to go over them with you. Now, as you can see on screen, is the earnings in the S&P 500 for this upcoming week. Moving over to our very messy SPY chart, we are going to look at our current wave count. And if you guys are a standard watcher of this series, you will know that we were expecting a multi-staged ABC correction to play out. This is in reference to Elliott wave theory, which we do a lot of videos on this channel, and we're going to be doing more shortly. That being said, if you are not familiar, I highly recommend going back and watching those videos before you move forward. So we were expecting an ABC correction to play out. The ABC correction did play out and come down to our very significant level of 443.85. So with that in mind, we are expecting an impulsive move to most likely take place in the near future. That is because after an ABC correction, we are expecting that this was wave 4 and we are now due for wave 5. Just to give you a clear representation of what this looks like, the Elliott wave framework is broken down into 5 waves. We just had wave 4 play out, which was this price move right here. Now, what we are looking at is an ABC correction within wave 5, this last wave here, which is sometimes, not always, the most impulsive. So we will keep an eye on this. This could perhaps take us to all-time highs and above if we do maintain our bullish momentum. But that being said, we need to really pay attention in the next week for a break above 451. That would be very nice. And if we do get below 443, we need to be sure that we do not come back below 441.10. If we do get below 441.10, it will be more questionable, I would say, for our foreseeable future in the S&P 500. If we do come below 441.10, I would be reanalyzing our placement and see if we are perhaps due for more downside. So keep an eye out for that 441.10 level and 451 for continued upside. Moving into Apple, we're seeing a very similar thing play out in Apple than we are in SPY. Like I was just saying, a 3-wave ABC correction, ABC. And in the Elliott wave framework, we do utilize Fibonacci levels, which, if you're not familiar, Fibonacci levels is a sequence of numbers found in nature that does happen to play out in the financial markets. And we do use Fibonacci levels for our potential areas of reversal. Those most notable levels being the 127.2, as you can see right here at 169.90, and our 161.8 level at 167.30. So we are right now at the 127.2 extension, perhaps can bounce from this level. If we do make a new low below this level, like we may on SPY as well, keep an eye out for that 167.30 level and perhaps a bounce from there. That being said, we are obviously finding some significant support at this level right here, so I would not be surprised to see if we bounce from here on Apple. That being said, my bias is obviously bullish on Apple after we get this correction complete. NVIDIA does look quite bearish as we are breaking below some significant support right now. With that being said, we are obviously going to be met with some support along the way, like perhaps this gap fill right here at 229.88. But you'll notice in a second when we go over AMD, that AMD looks rather bullish. So we will need to see. I'm not always a fan of when the semiconductors conflict with each other because they most notably are positively correlated. We will have to keep an eye on both of these things. I think that it looks rather mixed right now, although leaning bullish. So just keep an eye out on this. If we do get a close above 235.30, then that will look really, really good for NVIDIA. I am bullish going into this upcoming week. Tesla looks rather bearish to me, which is interesting because we just went over some things that look bullish, but we need to keep a healthy skepticism on where the market is going. And as you can see, we are obviously on quite a bit of support right here between these wicks here from the 24th and these wicks here on the 7th and 8th. We need to be aware of this level on Tesla. If we do get a break below 1019, I will be most notably bearish because we are getting a bounce from this support level and breaking another support level if we do close there. Can we recover in Tesla? Absolutely. If we do, we need to be aware of this resistance here at 1072 and again at 1140 at the top of this resistance line. That is downtrending that we've been holding for quite a bit of time. I believe this stems back a couple of months. Yes, back to November of 2021. Like I said, we are now looking at AMD, and AMD does look rather bullish. I think this looks really, really nice for a swing coming into the beginning of this week. We do have a very clear asymmetric risk opportunity, meaning there is more risk for a potential gain than risk for a potential loss. If you do enter on AMD, you could take a aggressive entry right at market open on Monday with a stop loss below this low, which would leave you with the highest risk to reward potential. Our first take profit, or second maybe after we fill this gap. Yeah, that would make more sense. Maybe our first take profit is right here at these wicks and resistance at $104.51. Another one presented at the gap fill right here at 1,000. I don't know why I keep on saying 1,000. $106.84, and then our third take profit would be at $110.52. But AMD does look very, very bullish. Boeing, I am hoping for a recovery because Boeing has been getting hit pretty hard this last week. As you can see from March 31st, we've been in a downtrend pretty significantly, I would say. We are forming a potential inverse head and shoulders as seen right here. But if we invalidate this, perhaps we come down to this blue fib channel line, which is our 50-point line. As you can see, the bare middle of this downward trending channel that we've been in on Boeing. And that can serve as some support. I am expecting Boeing to recover a little bit in this upcoming week, but obviously we are in a downtrend, so do not fight the trend. The trend is your friend. CVX Chevron was a great play that we caught on Friday. We caught the breakout of this triangle, as you can see. And we are now breaking above multiple significant resistance levels, as you can see here, at $169 and again at $167, almost $168. I'm looking for a move on Chevron back up to our high here at 173 and potentially higher above this triangle. So we will need to see, but I am expecting a bit of a correction before that perhaps, because we have started a very impulsive wave one to the upside. As you can see, we've had multiple green candles with very, very little stopping from our buyers. So that was our market forecast and our top stocks to watch for the week of April 11th. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you took some value out of this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. We all greatly appreciate it at OBR. And as always, happy trading.